Hello fish fools, Jeff here. So while I have one of the Siamese algae eaters out in the open, I wanted to point that out right here. This is my planted 40-gallon livebearer community tank, and there's the Florida flagfish right there. So I expect this will be the last time I show the tank in condition like this, with the Java moss and plants just dominating the tank so much. I'm going to be tearing out a lot of it next time I do a water change. But yeah, so the Siamese algae eater here, they've been in this, that's one of two. Most of the time they'd be hiding somewhere in the back, but every once in a while I'll see them come out in the front here, but they have been disappointing. It's like these two, the ones that I put in here are just, it's like they're defective. I put them in here specifically to eat the blackbeard algae. You can see some here, and I've already pulled out a ton of it, like on the Java moss and plants. As I've been, each time I do water change, I've been pulling out a little bit, or as much as I could, that was covered with blackbeard algae. And one of the reasons, well, there's a couple of reasons why I'm going to pull out everything, because I need to get this flagfish out of here. I added the flagfish also because they're known to be algae eaters, but this one has just been a complete jerk, nipping at all the other fish. This is the first time I've kept flagfish. Like the entire time I had a pair, this I believe the bigger one being a female. I got the male out, the smaller one. I was able to net it out and return it to the quarantine tank where it is, and that's where I'm going to put this one for the time being. But I have tried to catch it a few times, but it would just run off. And even like right here, that's the handle of a net. Like I've left a couple nets in here just so I can try to, like, as it's near the net, I can try to catch it by surprise. I attempted to do that, but it has been too elusive. But next time I do a water change, I'm going to pull out all our plants, and then I'm not going to stop. I'm just going to catch it if I have to destroy the plants in the process, like what's left of it, and kind of replant them or whatever I need to do to get it out. And of the two Siamese algae eaters in here, I think I'll just leave one behind. Maybe if it's, for whatever reason, if it's just has too much other food to eat, why it's not eating. But then again, it's not, they haven't been growing in here. I'll just show another, like right next to it is my other 40-gallon. So I have a Siamese algae eater in here. If I can find it. There it is. No, those are black neon tetras. But it is, well, it is big. The one in here, I mean, and this is what I expect they would grow to. Oh, there it is. Yeah, you know, like this one that I put in here, I had staghorn algae, and it cleaned it up and continues to eat whatever algae because, well, there is none. And even the first time I got Siamese algae eaters, I had a 10-gallon tank, my original guppy and Endler hybrid tank. For years, I was battling green hair algae in that tank, trying different methods to get rid of it. And eventually, it was when I was able to eradicate it when I finally added Siamese algae eaters to it. And I've added Siamese algae to other tanks where they ate black-beard algae, and yeah, until now, these two, I don't know, it's like these two were broken. I don't know if it's just like they're them as individuals, but they did not do the job. And really the flagfish isn't doing the job of eating algae, you know, enough for me to notice. It's just, what I do notice is it just, every time it goes near a fish, it tries to bite them. It is a cool looking fish. I was hoping it would be a good addition to a community tank, but it's gonna have to go. So as I mentioned before, what I think I'm going to do is keep a dedicated algae eating tank. So that's where the flagfish are going to go after. I'm going to move it from here to quarantine tank, but once I have another tank established for them, I'm going to use it as a tank to move algae covered plants into that tank, and then just not really give them as much food, fish food, and then let them eat algae. So put the Siamese algae just in there. There's one. Again, the flagfish, and get some Amano shrimp that I have in my guppy Endler hybrid tank. Which those were like that 10-gallon tank that I was having those green hair algae issues with when one of the things that I tried was the Amano shrimp, because they were supposed to be known as algae eaters, but they did not do a good job getting rid of the hair algae, and if they did at all. But I believe it was just because I would, with the guppies in there, or the fish in there, just feeding them, and they would just eat the fish food. But yeah. Alright, so yeah, I'll show this tank again after I pull out most of the Java moss, remove the flagfish, and kind of readjust the plants, and we'll be able to see the Mopani wood that's just been covered entirely, and Mopani, a little piece right here that has my original Anubias plant on, which I would like to see that more. But yeah, alright, so that's what's coming up, and that's it for now. And remember, I'm Jeff, and I enjoy fishies. Thanks for watching.